Trump, he fucked up.
And I'm in this country because of President Trump.
Melania Trump being an escort.
And Melania told me, Paolo, don't worry.
Posed naked as a lady model. Covering what the corporate media covers up. Hey, it's Jordan with Status Quo. Bombshell news and equally bombshell audio tonight that seems to connect the dots as to why Melania Trump came out for that shocking statement 2 weeks ago, claiming didn't know Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine who? And is connecting the dots as to why President Trump appointed this sleazeball Italian modeling agent, Paolo Zampolli, as his special global ambassador, parading around the world, including in Hungary, next to Vice President J.D. Vance. And according to this audio of Zampoli's own words from 2017, Zampolli helped the Trump kill a Daily Mail story alleging that Melania had served as an escort. Before we play the audio, which is pretty explosive, just a quick background that you're going to need. Amanda Ungaro, she is the former Brazilian model who was in a long-term relationship with Zampolli. They had a kid together. As the New York Times reported, Amanda was deported last year after Zampolli asked his pal Trump through ICE to deport Ungaro. Then right before Melania Trump came out for that shocking statement, pretending I know nothing about Epstein, Maxwell, leave me out of it. Amanda Ungaro had started threatening Melania Trump on social media, basically to release the dirt she has on Melania and her words, pedophile husband, Donald Trump. So that's where this started. Now RAI, that's the Italian public broadcaster, they are doing a docu-series on Zampolli, who's big in Italy, and they have obtained audio of Zampolli from 2017 kind of bragging to someone from the United Nations about how he helped the Trumps get this Daily Mail story alleging Melania was an escort down.
The paper for the press, the first lady used what I wrote in her speech and stuff like this. With the Daily, they just win a huge case. I cannot talk about it because I have a confidentiality and I need to get the check. We just won it last week. And I'm in this country because of President Trump. I started real estate. I built a beautiful house. Trade a friend.
It's a little muffled, so let me read the translation to you. I wrote the paper for the president and for the first lady. What I wrote in a speech with the Daily Mail, they just won a huge case. I cannot talk about it because I'm in confidentiality and I need to get the check. We just won it last week. And I'm in this country because of President Trump. He fucked up. I start in real estate. I built a beautiful house. Inaudible, betrayed a friend. When he says, I wrote the paper for the president and the first lady, what I wrote in a speech, I don't know specifically. He might be talking about that he wrote something that the first lady, the president sent to the Daily Mail. That I don't know for certain. But when he says the confidentiality agreement, he's referring to a settlement with the Daily Mail because the Daily Mail had settled with Melania Trump for $2.9 million in this lawsuit that the Trumps brought against the Daily Mail for libel, essentially. So this means basically the Trumps sued them and the Daily Mail buckled. Whether or not Daily Mail, what their reporting was based on, calling her an escort, I don't know. But Paolo Zampolli, in his own words, played a part in killing that story after it was published. The interesting part, I think, here is when he says, President Trump, he fucked up. Well, what do you mean by that? President Trump, he fucked up. And then Zampolli goes on to talk about how he started in real estate. I built a beautiful house. Then there's a bleep, betrayed a friend. I think he says, I never fucking betrayed a friend, but it's bleeped. So we can't tell for certain. But that is very interesting. And why was Paolo Zampolli involved with killing this story about Melania Trump being an escort? The same Paolo Zampolli that reporters who have covered the Epstein scandal have pointed out was in Epstein's orbit, had a relationship with Epstein. There's allegations that Zampolli worked with Epstein. Let me also play this other part where Zampolli goes further and talks essentially about making a deal with Melania.
Donald Trump knows. He threatened his friend Paolo, which they consider his family, and his wife is not a prostitute. Maybe she has not the most fluent American accent. Maybe she poses naked like many models, but she's a good girl, okay? So you don't want nobody call your fucking wife a prostitute when she's the mother of your kid. And Melania told me, Paolo, don't worry, you have our back. Everything that happens, we protect, okay? Then 2 weeks later, they won the election, and that's it.
So again, it's a little muffled. Let me read the translation. Paolo Zampolli said, Donald Trump knows he trusts in his friend Paolo, which they consider me family, and his wife is not a prostitute. Maybe she is not the most fluent American accent. Maybe she posed naked as a lady model, but she's a good girl, okay? So you don't want nobody call your fucking wife a prostitute when she's the mother of your kid. And Melania told me, Paolo, don't worry. You have our back. Everything that happened, we protect. Okay? Then 2 weeks later, they won the election, and that's it. Let's go through this one more time. Melania told me, Paolo, don't worry. You have our back. Everything that happened, we protect. Why did Melania and Donald Trump need Paolo Zampolli to help them in getting the Daily Mail to take down a story about her being an alleged escort? If she wasn't an escort, and it is libel, and again, we have no information one way or the other, we're not alleging she's an escort, the Trumps have an army of lawyers. Why would they need Paolo Zampoli's assistance? Now I want to play you a clip. This is from an interview Tara Palmieri did. She's an investigative journalist who has done a ton of reporting on the Epstein scandal. She has also spoken with a lot of the victims, but this was from a recent podcast she did where she talks about things that Amanda Ungaro has said. She doesn't go into specifics about what Amanda Ungaro has said, but she certainly alludes to it.
It's true at the inauguration, Melania gets to bring one of her guests, and it was always Paolo. Paolo threw an inauguration party. I went to it actually for the first one. And he remained very close to Melania. And, Amanda has said that Paolo would she's saying a lot of stuff.
She's saying a lot of stuff. Here's the thing. Tara and I have lawyers. We don't have those kind of lawyers. I want everybody to be watching and reading what Amanda is saying that we can't today repeat. We were hopeful that she was going to be able to be with us today. Yeah. She's been doing a lot of press. She was exhausted today. So as soon as she feels better, we'll have her on so she can say it in her own words. But there are some allegations that Melania was doing a little more than modeling for these folks.
Melania was doing a little bit more than modeling for these folks. Now, to be clear, I have no information to confirm Melania was doing or not doing anything. So we're not making those allegations, but this is Paolo Zampoli's own words. The modeling agent who brought Melania Trump over to America, he is saying that he made a deal with the First Lady. Essentially, I'll help you get this story killed. In return, you protect me. And he's been protected. There have been allegations against him that he drugged and raped a woman.
Alleges she was drugged and in October 2023.
And that has seemed to go nowhere. And he has also had a lot of allegations of rampant drug use, among other things, and beating Amanda Ungaro, his ex. This makes a whole lot more sense. Again, don't know if Melania Trump was an escort or not. But I do know it never made sense why Melania Trump came out to make that statement. She's a notoriously private person. Clearly, she had caught wind. Some potentially damaging information was coming out, and she was trying to kill that. And Paolo Zampolli, by all reports, has been trying to kill this RAI, again, Italy's public broadcaster, docuseries. We will follow up on this after RAI publishes their whole piece. Hopefully there will be more substance and more meat in there for us to give you the information.
You seem to think I will fix this rap, but I hire pedophiles without background checks. I'm a big dictator, a fascist traitor. You fell for me, cause I'm a master